getting themselves into on this Madness Monday. You already know we right here at work. Excited to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what's the talk of the town is going down. The word on the curve. You heard me? Let me just set this up real quick. Whoop. Oh shit, what the hell did I do? All right. Okay, cool. As for here in Southern California, it's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day today. It's still a beautiful day. You know, not too cold. It was actually, quite warm, lovely. That killer cow weather. Nothing better. And I don't know if this is true or not, but right here at my job, there's a guy. I work with a guy who's from Ukraine, who just recently came to America, and he actually says that he has never seen weather like this. That is so beautiful. I don't know if that's true or not. If he's adding a lot of salsa on it, but it's like, what? Serio? Like, damn. Then where you guys are at? Like, how the fuck is it? Like, are we snowing or what the fuck? That's crazy. That's probably why you're so lazy, dude. They're hardly getting any sunshine, huh? What's cracking like it, Derek? What you getting yourself into, my boy? And for those who are curious, I did drop a new video on my other channel, right? Breaking down the actual word snitch because, a lot of people use it, but use it wrong. Shit, a lot of people don't even know what a fucking snitch is. That shit is crazy. Chilling. That's right, my boy. They offer, or get pedo. Get on the shadow. What's cracking like in, Jose? What's good, my boy? What the hell? This guy's over here tagging. Oh, that shit's ugly as fuck, though. But needs practice. I snitched in junior high. I still can't forget myself. Bro, that's not snitching. You can't snitch in junior. What do you mean in junior high? I straight snitch, and then when I got jammed up, I blamed some other fools. Oh, you did some illegal stuff? Like you broke the law? Like, were you a tagger or a gangster or anything like that? Or it was just like you were just with your friends? Oh, but that's what I'm saying. You weren't actually out there in the streets, is what I'm saying. That's not snitching. Snitching is like if you and your friends agree to do some illegal stuff, and then you decide to tell on them because you guys had an agreement. Compared to like if your friends did something and you're right there, there was no agreement. You were not a part of the plan. You're just a bystander, a civilian, a kid. It's not the same thing. You get what I'm saying? It's different. Like, let's say if you're involved, right? Like, hell yeah, let's go do this. Yeah, don't even trip. I got this. I got that. Oh, yeah, you're in the mix, right? And then all of a sudden now you get caught and you're like, nah, it was them. It was them. I had nothing to do with it. You get what I mean? And it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, bro, no one forced you. No one fucking, made you, bro. You came willingly, participated willingly. You were down with the funk. But now that you get caught, all of a sudden you ain't. That's what a snitch is. You get what I mean? Like civilians can't be snitches, bro, because they don't have no they didn't make a commitment or a bond to anything. You feel me? Like, why should people who have absolutely no street ties follow street rules? Like, why should they follow street rules? Like, because if they're gonna follow this rule, then they might as well follow all the other rules. Like, why is it only this rule that they like? So who gets to decide which rules and which rules they can and can't follow? You get what I mean? And it's like, well, if they're gonna start following the rules, then they might as well go get jumped in. Because if not, then what the fuck is going on right here? Like, then what are people doing? Like pretending or what the fuck? Like I truly never understood that, bro. Like, nah, bro. Like, he snitched. Like, serio? Why? Where's he from? Oh, he don't bang or nothing like that. What? Well, okay, maybe I'm lost. Like, or what? Like he just agreed to go help them with the holler or what? No. He was just he just lived in the area. He was just like, how the fuck did he snitch, my guy? Like, what are you talking about? People are people are goofy, you know. That's crazy. But that's how far we're lost in the bullshit already. And I think it's because people also you have a lot of people that like to pretend too, so that doesn't help the situations. Because you do have a lot of people that like to pretend like they're in the mix for some strange reason, right? It's like they don't ever say that they're a part of the street life or that they're actually a gangster, right? But the way they talk is like they're trying to like kind of make it seem like they are like, oh, nah, homie, trust me, hey, them vatos are with the, hey, I know, bro, like, I know the homie that busted the island and, shit, so I know, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up? They're from your barrio or what? Oh, no, I don't bang. Like, but then what the fuck, bro? Then why are you trying to make it seem like you're with the business? Like, if you know what's cracking, like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Mr. Pretender. Like, oh, don't trip. The homie right here, this fool knows what's cracking, homie. This fool, trust me, homie, this fool's in the mix. Like, oh, serio, homie, you from that barrio? No, I don't bang. I'm like, what the, how the fuck is this fool in the mix, bro? Oh, I thought it was, I thought you were from over there, homie. Like, no, I never told you. Like, shit, you sure made it seem like you was. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's never good to do that kind of shit. And it trips me out. I still don't understand why people do that kind of shit. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you really trying to do right here, right now? Like, 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 why are you doing this for? We were young bangers back then, and I broke it down. Oh, so you did bang? Well, I don't agree with that type of behavior, right? Because I feel I get it. You were a kid, you were young, right, and you changed your life. So, who could hold you at fault for bettering yourself, right? So this has nothing to do with the streets or related to that, right? But what I'm saying is the reason why I just don't, um, I'm not down with people who tell. It's not because of the gangster code or sticking to the program, right? It's just that everybody's a man, right? Everybody is responsible for their decisions, right? Like if you decide to do something, then you should rightfully fucking take accountability for the choices you make, right? So if I decide to go out there and do shit, if I decide to be in the mix and a part of the bullshit, right? How the fuck am I gonna try to justify now if we get caught? Me blaming everybody else except myself, right? Because, like I said, nobody forces you to do nothing. Nobody makes you. You get me? Everybody participates willingly. So everybody, is uh, down with the games, right? So then now you get caught. How do people justify them telling though? Like I don't get it though. Like, bro, nobody forced you. Nobody made you do shit, bro. So why now you're trying to blame everybody to save your own ass? Like, take accountability for your actions, bro, for your decisions, just like everybody else. Ni modos, we got caught. Fuck it. It is what it is. Like, it's like, everybody already has it in their head. Like, there's a potential chance you're going to get caught, bro. So, ni pedo, güey. Es el juego. You get what I'm saying? But that shit just would always blow my mind. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like that's crazy, bro. And that's why I feel like that's just some coward shit. It's not like a blind by stupid rules or shit like that. It's just that from a moral standpoint, bro, own up to your decisions, bro. That's just the way I see it. That's why I disagree with people that tell. It's not because, they went against the grain or against the code. Bro, it's just from the moral standpoint of shit, bro. Come on now. You get what I mean? When people be like, oh, well, they supposed to follow the stupid rules and everything. Like, bro, this has nothing to do with nothing like that, bro. Well, I mean, it does, but I'm saying, um, like, how do you try to justify that, though? That's why, I be telling people, don't force nobody to do nothing, or don't take nobody who don't want to go. Because I guarantee you, if you guys get caught, bro, that fool's telling. Period. You know what I mean? Like when fools be rushing fools in, or like, bro, don't do that. Because I guarantee you, when shit hits the fan, this motherfucker's going to break, bro. Why even have this fool around? You know what I mean? Some people get caught up and they just think about numbers, or they just want to be deep, but that is so stupid way of a stupid way of seeing things and thinking. Like forcing food, like, bro, I'm not gonna go if that fool's gonna go then, because if we get caught, bro, this fool's telling on all of us, bro. Period, homie. That is stupid. And everybody's told us, especially, when we first get jumped in, you're told that if you get caught, no one's gonna write to you, and you're probably gonna be forgotten, and that's the way the game is, bro. So that way now when fools get caught, they're not sitting there and be like, damn, what's up with all the homies? What happened to the carnalismo? You already knew what was cracking. It's worse if you tell homies, oh, no, don't trip, fool. Hey, we're going to be there for you. Hey, we got you, homie. We'll be writing to you. And then the fool gets caught, and then he's wondering where everybody's at, right? All of a sudden, nobody's, doing what they said that they were going to be doing. And then next you know, he's like, hey, guard, I want to talk. That's why it's not good to lie, bro. Tell motherfuckers what it is from the gates. At least now you know that everybody that's here already knows what it is, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, ni modo's way. Like, bro, I was never told by none of my homies that we're gonna get bitches and fatty as you join this life. Bro, I was never once told that shit, bro. It was always told death or jail. That's why when food, or in movies, or when people be like, oh yeah, they be lying to these kids, like, who the fuck lies to who? Like, bro, hey, were any of you guys ever told any of that shit? I must have been absent that day. Like, hey, but hey, you were told that? Nah, neither was I, bro. Like, where are these people getting this information from? Like, what? But you know what it is, though? It's just that in regular folks, right? Regular civilians, this life to them makes absolutely no sense, which is, perfectly fine, because this life was never made to make any sense, right? But this life doesn't make any sense to them, right? So you have a bunch of kids out there who are putting their lives on the line. So people think that they must have been promised something in order for them to be out there living like that. Because why else would they be out there like that? Not understanding the emotional aspect of the life, right? Because their ignorance, right? Or maybe they just want to feel like, society has no blame to this, or family structure, right? So to them, it must be these older gangsters lying to these fucking kids and tricking them. Bro, if people, when they join gangs, 13, 14, 15-year-old, that's the age roughly when they join gangs. You understand that you potentially are going to go to jail or lose your life. Everyone's aware of this. So now you have a 13, 14, 15-year-old out there who knows this, right? Keep that in mind. They're aware of this information, and is still willing to participate in the reindeer games. Now, are you telling me that that's somebody who's coming from a loving home, of a loving structure? He's 13, 14, and he doesn't give a fuck if he lives or dies, bro. And you're telling me that that's because he's coming from a loving home, or everything is fine and dandy at the household? Come on now, bro. Use your head. It's Nobody's promising anybody anything, bro. Understand that these individuals see their neighborhoods as a badge of honor, as something that's they hold pride in, right? So they will never, stoop to the level of begging people to join their gangs or lying to them, right? They see it as, nah, motherfucker should want to join the neighborhood. It's a fucking honor. That's how they see it, though, right? So you think they're really gonna be out there brainwashing people? That would be like beneath, what they believe in and what they stand on, right? Like, shit, they should be even fucking grateful that they even got the opportunity, Like, you really think these individuals have the time to be just standing around and telling kids while they're walking home from school, hey, kid, come here. Hey, you want to join a gang, bro? Hey, we'll give you money, women. Bro, come on now. Like, just even the thought of the shit that people say, it always blows my mind. I'm like, you guys need to stop believing what you see in movies, bro. That's clearly people who have their heads so far up their ass is not even funny. You know, these people are not pretending to be, you know, insulted or offended or mad when their neighborhoods get disrespected or crossed out. Those are real emotions. They're getting mad because they're actually really getting mad. It's offending them because it's really actually offending them because they actually really care about this shit. Real emotions get put into the life, you know. But people don't understand, that side of stuff, because it's kind of hard to relate to a subject that you never lived, right? You never walked in them shoes. So, I mean, it's crazy though. Am I going to call the cops on you? For what? Junior high was our banging area. And that's another thing. That's another perfect example, right? Um, like when people say like junior high was the banging era or the era where people were doing stupid shit because of their age. You know what I mean? People when they hear about gang violence out there, and you see all the chaos that's happening out there, murders, bodies dropping, shootings, you hear about all of that, right? People automatically assume that it's these when they picture a gang member, hey, there was a gang related shooting, they're picturing 40 year olds or whatever, out there, right? When in all true reality, the ones that are really causing all the mayhem, chaos, and destruction are all these 15, 14, 13, 12, 17 year olds. Those are the ones that are out there doing all the destruction and chaos because no one's telling them to, but because to them it's like, fuck it. They don't give a fuck. Why not? So nobody's sending them on any mission. They take it upon themselves to be doing what they do. You get what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of things. Because people be like, how could they do this to people, like, taking their lives and wrecking families and all the pain that they're bringing? But to them, it's like, why should they give a fuck? Nobody ever gave a fuck about them. Nobody ever cared about their struggles and their feelings and how they grew up and all the shit that they are going through on the day to day, right? So to them, they feel like nobody gives a fuck. So now, why should they give a fuck about anybody else out there in the world or the pain that they bring upon them? Because just like he has to deal with all the bullshit, now they have to deal with all the bullshit. And just like he feels the pain every day, then they now are gonna feel the pain. And to them, they justify it that way, and it helps ease the pain that they have in their heads. It's a stupid, crazy way of seeing things, but that is how they see it, though. You get what I'm saying? And obviously, when people be like, nah, well, nah, I don't think it's that. I think they just don't give a fuck if they choose to be like that. Like, they put up that facade because obviously showing emotions is a weakness. It's something that people see as a weakness, as something that gets preyed upon, right? So obviously they're not going to want to show their emotions, right? So they put up the facade of the tough guy and this, destructive um, distraction or deflection, you know? Nah, I just did it because I didn't give a fuck, bro. No, that's not the reason. People just don't do stuff just because they don't give a fuck. Not even serial killers. There's always a reason for their madness, bro. You know, it's just finding what that reason is. But people just don't do stuff just because or just because they felt like it. People say that, but that's not true. It's because they don't want to say the real reasons, right? For whatever reason, they have for not wanting to share the information, right? But it's never just because, though. That's not how the world works. That's not how humans work. You know. And some people don't even know the reasons for their madness until they end up seeking help, right? Like serial killers who felt like they just killed people just because, right? That they just felt like they just because. But then when now you break down their actual cases, you realize that there's a pattern with all their victims, right? Whatever the pattern is, but there is always a pattern. That's how they always find these individuals, right? So these individuals weren't able to see the pattern, right? But there's a reason for why they were doing what they were doing that they just themselves weren't even so aware of, right? Um, because a lot of people go living life thinking that they don't suffer from trauma or depression, or that stuff that they experienced in their childhood actually affected their way of living now as an adult, but it does. You get what I mean? That's why it's so important to be a parent, because it will paint your character as an adult. It will. So now you have kids who are neglected, who are not shown any better, who don't know any better, right? Who suffer from destructive behaviors. Destructive juveniles become destructive adults, because they have always lived their life this way. This is the way that they have always fixed problems, by violence and all of that. That is the only way that they know, even though now being an adult, right? You would think like, no, well, shouldn't they have common sense? But like I said, when they suffered that traumatic event, right? Your common sense and their common sense is two completely different things, because it does affect their way of thinking that much. That they're not able to see the answers. They're not able to fix their problems because they don't know how. That's why it's important to seek therapy, right? But that's the reason why they end up, being stuck like that as adults. You know what I mean? It's so easy to critique them, looking from the outside in, right? Because you were actually parent good. Your parents actually, gave a fuck. Must have been nice growing up, lovely like that. It's because people always también they feel like the way they grew up with and the relationship that they have with their parents, right? And how how they had it, they feel like everybody else shares the same bond, when that's not how it works. There is some parents out there that don't give a fuck about their kids, bro. Literally don't care. As crazy as that may sound, there's a lot of people that are like that, bro. So not everybody has it lovely like how people had it growing up. It must have been nice. You know what I mean? So these individuals end up being stuck with these patterns, and it's even worse that the system is built not to rehabilitate these individuals, because that's not what's happening, right? If anything, it's just aggravating the problem. It's making the problem worse in some cases, right? Putting them in a location, filled with more tyrant and violence and more neglection, more of the same problem that, they experienced growing up, right? So now you're adding fuel to the fire and expect, the fire to, be contained. You know what I mean? Because they don't provide no actual programs that actually rehabilitate people, right? Actually teach people how to be productive people of society, actually teach people how to handle their problems, deal with the emotions and all of that. But expect the problems to fix themselves, like, or then they wonder why these individuals keep, reoffending. Like, really? Like, it blows your mind that they reoffended? Like, why? I mean, everything is designed for them to reoffend. Come on now. I mean, shit. That is how they make their money, right? So, I mean, it will be an issue. You have prisons, but nobody to fill them up. I mean, it's going to be an issue, right? You got to fill them up one way or another, no? Kind of like the whole cancer thing, right? You make more money trying to treat cancer than actually treating it. Actually finding a cure. If you find the cure, then you're not going to make any money, right? You make more money, with all the bullshit trying to cure it. These individuals too, bro. Nah, if we teach these people how to be productive people in society, no, because then we ain't gonna make no money like that. We gotta have these motherfuckers reoffending. You know when law enforcement and everybody out there says that they want crime to stop or they're trying to fight? No, they don't. You like, bro, you really expect me to believe that cops out there want their hours getting cut, their salaries, potentially their jobs, right? Less crime, then you need less officers. So a lot of people will lose their jobs. You get what I'm saying? And not just officers, judges, lawyers, bail bonds. Crime is a multi-billion-dollar business, bro. As sad as that may sound. You know what I mean? So these, like, when you have corrupt officers, right? And, you know, these certain police gangs that you see out there or you heard of, right? One of the main, like crimes that they do is planting evidence and falsifying reports, right? Because like how they said it, you know, there wasn't that much crime happening in their area, so they decided to, you know, make it happen, right? That way now they start, you know, getting more hours, more raises, promotions, and all of that, bro. I mean, you're not going to promote somebody who ain't doing shit, right? But if these motherfuckers are making it happen and now, you know, damn shit, these guys are on top of shit. Yeah, that's when all the, you know, you go hook them up. It's not, come on now. That's why they do what they do. Greed is something that's very wicked, and it somehow, you know, manages to inject itself in all of life, right? Not just law enforcement, but, you know, you have individuals who are greedy that exist, you know, in every, you know, walk of life, whether priests, doctors, judges, lawyers, police officers, gangsters. You get what I'm saying? You have those individuals who are always going to look for the shortcuts and to con the system, you know, because it's a type of human behavior. Just like even when I say about pedophiles, right? It's not something that's immune to celebrities or immune to law enforcement. You have had pedophiles who were celebrities, police officers, priests, gangsters, fucking doctors, teachers. People are not immune to this. You know, there's a reason all these, you know, behaviors, you know, and how could I say, diseases exist within the, you know, DSM-5, right? Because they're real things that exist all over the world, not just here in the Americas, right? You know, this is a problem that every country suffers from, right? Whether you're talking about, you know, people that don't know how to behave, or drug addicts, or gambling addictions, or prostitution, or, you know, drug addicts, or alcoholics, or, you know, gangsters. You get what I mean? It exists, you know, in every culture. You know, bad behaviors, pues, even serial killers, pedophiles, all of that. Because it's a type of human behavior, you know. So when people think that, nah, these motherfuckers are just pretending, or they're just trying to act, or they're trying to put up a front, that's not, no, that's not what's happening. You know? That's their character. That's why I always say, if people ever want to fix problems, right, get to the source of problems, right? Be a parent. It's very important. If you be a parent, you raise, you know, productive children, they turn to be productive adults, right? You want to actually stop the gang violence and stop the drug addicts and the drug deals and the drug sales and all that, then you can keep arresting all these people and keep sending them to jail, and, you know, you can keep, you know, combating it like that, right? But take one guy off, another guy comes and takes his place, right? You know, look, they got El Chapo and has a drug, you know, smuggling stop. No. Did it even slow down? No. Right? So all that effort and money for what? You really want to tackle the problem? Stop focusing on who the fuck is selling the drugs or who the fuck is actually out there banging. Instead, focus on Why do people want to do drugs? Why do people feel the need to do drugs? And tackle those problems. Because if people don't feel the need to want to do drugs, then these people are not going to be able to make their money because nobody wants to do drugs. Then guess what? Their business has now become obsolete. Now they got to find a different form of making money because this is no longer productive. You get what I mean? Why do people want to do the drugs? Why do people decide to join the gangs? Focus in on that. Stop focusing on this other shit. It's not gonna fix anything. Tackle real problems. Real shit. Be a parent. But nah. Because nobody wants to do that. People rather have other people fix their problems for them. Like, I feel better if you tell me that it was these gangsters that the reason my kid is the way he is, if it's because I live in the ghetto and these gangsters manipulated them. Because that makes me feel better now about the situation. Because now I don't have to take any responsibility and I could just blame them. Oh, yeah. Must be nice. But truth of the matter is, come on now. If kids are really coming from loving homes, they don't turn out to be destructive individuals. They just don't. It's not how it works. You could go argue with the research. Because the truth hurts, I know. Because it's a lot easier blaming these individuals because these individuals are bad people as it is. So that's the reason why people believed it for so long. Because it made sense. Well, yeah, they're bad people, so I could believe them doing that. That's the reason why it's 2025 and the gang still exists and no problems have been solved. Because people still think that this is a problem. When it's like, damn, bro, hey, you know what, you guys, it's not working. How about we try a different angle? Nah, fuck that. Nah, fuck all that talking and therapy and all that shit. Nah. That's not a good enough. I feel like that's not a good punishment, bro. Or I don't feel like that's a good way of solving the problem because I don't feel like, satisfied like that. I'd rather people just strip them of everything and just lock them in, for them to rot. Like, wow. Coming from people that are always saying how people should be kind to others and, you get nothing with violence and aggression and anger fixes no problems, For all these people that push all this other shit, right? Like, it's awfully strange that they feel like this is like, so you're telling me you want to fix the problem with aggression and violence, but yet you're mad at these individuals for being aggressive and violent. Imagine that, bro. Mad at people because they killed somebody and then now, as a punishment, they want them to die. Like, huh? The irony of that is crazy. And if people can't see, that, then wow, that's crazy. Like, what about that whole, learning forgiveness and all this other shit that people are always peddling? Like, see, that's good, bro. When it's not, when we can't do it to these people, though. Like, wow, that doesn't make any sense, bro. There's a reason why these individuals are like that, though. How are you gonna fix the problem like that, though? By coming like still like that, though. Like, nah, it's because I don't feel like being the bigger person in the situation. Because then I don't feel satisfied that way. I want to satisfy my ego. All right, cool. It's crazy shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.